Many thanks to MagTech Ammunition, the sponsor of today's active self-protection lesson. It's the only ammo I put through my rifles or pistols at the range. Can I be direct with you about our current social environment? We'd be far better off if my white friends could empathize a little bit better with my black friends and enter into their feelings and go, tell me why that is. And when I empathize, I show an understanding to the person and try to put myself in their situation. Tell me what that looks like. Tell me how that reads to you and why that is. Now, of course, that has limits, right? And you asked for that in return. But is that a valuable skill for the rest of my life? I could see how that would be the case for you, and let me do that. Now, A, ask questions that will allow you to act consistently and fairly with people. So I keep asking questions of someone. So if I'm listening to them and empathizing with their plight and asking them questions about their world and what's going on. So I'm at a bar, right? And some guy bumps me, or we're at Applebee's or whatever, and we're walking to our table, and this dude is walking the other way, and all of a sudden bumps, and he comes back and goes, man, what the hell? And I go, oh man, I'm sorry, are you okay? Man, no, you spilled my drink all over me. Oh, dude, I am so sorry. I bet, if that was me, I would be so upset to have that all over my new boots. I'm so sorry, man. Can I help you clean them up and buy you another beer? Are you okay? Is everything else? Did I hurt you or anything like that? Is there anything I can do to help? Does that greatly decrease the chances that he and I are about to get in a fist fight? So that's that empathizing and asking questions. Once you've done that a bit, paraphrase. The P stands for paraphrase. Let me repeat back to you that which is I hear you saying and why this makes you mad. This is gold in customer service. Somebody comes in, I'm all kinds of mad. Tell me, why are you mad? I've just asked the question. Okay, tell me what's going on and how I can help you. Bah, and they freak out and they get all kinds of upset, and then you just let them talk. Yep, I'm listening, I'm hearing you. Let me ask you some questions. Man, I bet you, I understand why you're frustrated with that. Here's how this works. If you're trying to use your verbal self-defense in terms of being the aggrieved party. Here's a magic phrase I will give you. You ready? I've called into customer service many times in the past. You call into a customer service line because whatever, you ordered something and it didn't come out right or whatever. Is the poor schmuck on the customer service line responsible for your problem? Did they cause your problem? No, but do they get held accountable for the problem? All the time. If you show up there and you go, and they said, thank you for calling Amazon customer service. This is John. How can I help you? And you go, hi, John. My name is John as well. So that's kind of cool. And listen, I'm having a pretty significant challenge. I know you didn't cause my problem. And I'm not mad at you at all. But I need your help to fix it. If that's your lead, are we adversaries right now? Now, oh, thank God I've got the only friendly customer I'm going to talk to all day. Thank you, Jesus. I needed that. And they go, sure, how can I help you? Well, this is what happened and this is what I need. Are you more likely to get that thing that you needed? I mean, as long as you're being reasonable, right? Can we use that aspect of human psychology to solve my conflicts? Yeah, so that when somebody's aggrieved with you and are frustrated, if you then say, okay, I'm going to take that, I recognize it, and so then again, if I can say, instead of us being adversaries and then calling and saying, you got a problem, buddy, and you're going to fix my crap, and you go, okay, I'm here and I'm on your team. Tell me what the problem is, and so I'll do everything I can to help you. Talk at me. And then they, and then that lets the anger, ask some more questions, empathize with their problem. Ooh, man, I bet you that would frustrate me too. Yeah, I bet you, man, that's all kinds of frustrated. You know, again, Jesse and Katie at the gun store, and somebody goes, this Taurus you sold me is a raging piece of crap. Uh-oh, Jesse's holding his head down because that's never happened, right? And you go, hey, and you try really hard not to go, I told you not to buy it, dummy. I did everything I could to sell you something better than that piece of crap Taurus, and you wouldn't listen to me, so you made your bed, now lie in it. How does that work for you when you do that at the store? Not so hot, right? And you go, oh gosh, man, I am so sorry. You're right. Tell me what happened. Tell me how that went down. Let's see if we can fix it. And this was the very thing I was hoping to avoid. But now that we're here, now our job is to help you solve that problem. Now, when we send it back to him, Taurus is pretty terrible about this. It's going to take him a year to get the gun back to you. I'm really sorry. I'm not trying to create a problem for you. There's literally nothing I can do to make it come back sooner. but I'll help you with it every step of the way for sure. Well, that's a bunch of crap. Oh, you're right. It really is. And I totally agree with you. And if I was in that situation with a broken gun that I paid good money for, I'd say the exact same thing. Well, what am I going to do? So I don't have a lot of great options for you, but I have a great heart for you. We can help you find a better one that we won't have that problem with again while you wait. Now then, if you buy that or whatever, and then when your Taurus comes back in a year and you've vetted it and made sure that it's good, you can probably turn around and sell the better gun for almost what you paid for it. Well, why don't I just do that and just keep the better gun and get rid of the Taurus? That's another option. That may be the better option in this case. Do you see how now we're on the same team instead of adversaries? So that's that idea of paraphrasing. So this is what I heard. Here's what I hear were the challenges. And then the S, summarize, suggest options, and this one's important, save face. Most marital problems are couples that are talking past each other and experiencing frustrations with each other because they're just not receiving commitment from each other well. So if you can send them back to being able to effectively communicate commitment to one another, most times that'll build enough goodwill that the problems will evaporate, unless they're having really significant challenges. A couple that's having mild to moderate challenges, this will solve 90% of them. Yep. And so guess what? You want your marriage to improve? Here's a great path. Want to get along better with your boss who you're having a hard time with? Or serve the clients, the internal clients at work that you're having a hard time with? This will make that better. And then again, you get that guy, you bump at the Quick Trip, or who you pulled into the gas pump and he thought that was his gas pump, or you're in the parking lot at Wally World and you pull in and he goes, man, I've been waiting for that parking spot for 15 minutes. And you go, sucks to be you. And now the fight's on. Get my point? So, saving face. Always consider the facts involved and work effectively as a team if you can. So how can I help you to get an answer that lets you feel good about it and does what I still needed to do as well? I'll give you some, for instance, of this. As a pastor, we had times where we had a marital conflict, where we had maybe a couple that was split up, that were separated. Mom brings the kids to church. Dad shows up and wants to check the kids out of church. Because he's not seeing his kids as much as he wants. Well, but wait a minute, we have a check-in and a checkout procedure, and so I can only let them go to the person that checked them in. And he goes, that's my kids, and I want them right now. Could that escalate into a big, bad situation in a hurry? Huge. So how do I do this stuff? Sir, hi, my name is John. I'm here to help. Tell me what's going on and why you're frustrated. Well, I want my children, and those are my kids, and they know I'm their dad, and you're holding my kids hostage. Wow, okay, okay, that makes sense. Tell me, did you drop your kids off today? Are you here, or are you normally here for worship? Blah, blah, blah. Or did they come with somebody else? Did they come with a family member? Tell me what's going on. Well, my wife brought them, and I want to check my kids out because it's my turn to have custody. And okay, so I get it, man. What's your guys' arrangement and those kinds of things? Well, I haven't seen my kids in 3 weeks, and she didn't have them in the last time. Man, I bet you if I didn't have my children for 3 weeks, I'd be really frustrated not having been able to see my children for 3 weeks. And especially if I felt like my spouse was making it hard for me to see my children and love them, I'd probably be really frustrated about that. Makes a lot of sense. So let me see if I have this right. Now, if I turn somebody from talking and raging to listening, do I decrease my anger? You can't be listening for comprehension and angry at the same time. It's just not there. So let me see if I've got it right. So what I'm hearing from you is that your wife dropped the kids off. It's supposed to be your day, and you wanted to check your kids out so you can take them to lunch and have a little bit of quality time with your children. But because we weren't able to do that because you didn't have the slip, it really frustrated you. It sounds to me like the real frustration is with your wife and not having the time with your children that you want. Do I have that about right? Now he might go, no, you don't understand anything about that. And I go, back to the top. Okay, please tell me. What did I miss? I want to know. Let him talk it through again. Ask some more questions. Empathize some more. Let me paraphrase again. Now I might say, okay, sir, listen, here's what we've got to have. Of course, you want your children to be safe when they're here with me in our care, right? I always want your children to be safe and well cared for, and I know you want your children to be safe and well cared for. So I tell you what I'm going to do. Just hang out with me here for just a second. I'm going to go get the slip from your wife, and I'll come back and I'll check the kids out. Does that sound good? Because I have to have that procedure so that we're keeping your children safe. Is that okay by you? Now, if he goes, no, I want them right now. Okay, so I have to do both at the same time. How would you suggest that we get both these things done at the same time? Now, if he goes, yes, now I'm going to go talk to his wife and go, hey, your husband is here and really frustrated and wants to check the kids out. Is it his turn? Can you come with me and check them out? I'll be your heavy. I'll be the one to make sure that we do this equitably and kindly and all that stuff if we need to. Well, he's not supposed to have the children right here, and he's not even supposed to be on campus. Oh, now we've got a whole nother problem we have to deal with. That's a whole different kettle of fish, right? Then I'm not solving a conflict anymore. Now I'm stalling until the constabulary arrives. And then they can do the verbal judo thing. Get my point? But if I can do that, then, oh, yeah, okay, fine, I get it, whatever. Let's see a way we can solve that, all right? Leap's method of communication, really important.